Hello? Hello, viewers of Lono TV. We are live here in KASAMA at the first ever 2026 Women's Conference right here in KASAMA under the theme Renew, Restore, and Reignite. Yes, so like you can see, yes, so as you can see, different women from different walks of life walking in to just be a part of this particular event. Yes, so we are here at the Women's Conference, and I'm joined by one of the guests to this particular conference. How are you, madam?
I'm fine, and how are you?
Your name?
I'm Jean Chonya, Mrs. Mlenga.
Yes, Mrs. Mulenga, welcome to the first ever 2026 Women's Conference.
Thank you very much.
All right, so I know maybe, is this your first Women's Conference?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what are your expectations?
I'm expecting to learn a lot and have a nice time with fellow women.
And you have, I must say. And looking at the theme for the event, which is Renew, Restore, and Reignite, what is your thought about this theme?
I think it's a very good theme as women lives.
Okay, that is really wonderful. And what is your word to the women out there who shun away from such kind of events for various reasons?
Oh, they are missing a lot.
The 2026 Women's Conference.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah, so there you heard it from Mrs. Mulenga, one of the participants of this Women's Conference.
Can cope with normal stresses of life and is able to work fruitfully and productively and is able to contribute in the community that they live in. Okay? So on that definition, there are a few things that I want to highlight. So living up to your full potential, it simply means you know what you can and cannot do. So you know your limits and what you can do. Then able to cope with normal stresses of life, it simply means to say, define mental health. So on the opposite end, there's what we call now mental illness. So mental illness, it's a wide range of mental illness. It means you have a problem and you need help. I think that's the simplest I can put it. Okay? So why is mental health important? So the first population is about 8.2 billion. So 1 billion, that's a huge number. It's like 12% of the world, people in the world are living with what? Mental health issues. So that's the first one. It means very value. It's either one has had a mental health issue or at some point they will have a mental health issue. That's what it means. Okay? Then mental illnesses or mental health problems affect more women than men. Okay? Yes. So when I was preparing this presentation compared to men, isn't it? So we are looking at a higher statistic of what women compared to men. That's the first point. Then second, women have got good health-seeking behavior. Okay? So if a woman is among the top 10 causes of disability worldwide. Okay? So these are the reason why it's important for us to have at least the basic knowledge of mental health. It's not simple like if you learn that chilenga malaria limbenika bacteria, chilenga shani virus. So when it comes to mental health, to talk of biological causes, we are talking about how God made us, our biological being. Then there's also psychological causes. So on psychological causes, we are talking about the stress, the trauma, and other things. Causes. So on sociological causes, basically it's the environment that we live in. So in most cases, for someone to have a mental illness, all the three have to interact. In a family where there is history of mental illness, then him in his family there's no one with mental illness. What it simply means is that my chances of having a mental illness are long run, psychological. Maybe something happens to me, something stressing, so I'm already at risk of having mental illness. Then something bad happens to me. Because I'm at the higher risk. Then something stresses me. The psychological cause coming. Then the environment that I live in now, that's the sociological cause. Just the way this curve is, look at it like an individual. This is me. Okay? So in this curve, there's biological, I'm genetically predisposed. Psychological, something bad happens. So when we are talking about the causes of mental illness, we say it's multifactorial, meaning there are a number of factors that come into play for someone to have mental illness. Point in their life. Okay. But there are certain mental illness that are common in women compared to men. So these are what we call stress and anxiety disorders. Then there are disorders that come as a result of motherhood. So I'm sure maybe we've noticed. As our co-on, Mr. Musonda, to take us through mood disorders and stress-related disorders.
We are talking about mental illness that affect our emotions. So this mental illness, more especially, and also can present with both depression as well as mania. So for a long period of time, okay. So the patient will present with lack of sleep. Some they don't even eat. Some, that's when they eat, they can even finish 2 plates of mshima. So depends how you respond to the thoughts, whereby they start thinking of even killing themselves because of the same condition. Away from that one, with loss of weight, or some will gain. So someone that depressed would find that some will lose weight because maybe important anymore, they can't do anything better, and also that's the reason, as I mentioned, they start even have under depression is what we can say, but some would ask to say, what are the causes of depression? So to find that there are so many causes. Initially, it's about 2 weeks. Okay? So during this period, about 2 weeks, when you start having these worries, and also you start having the change in mood, then the more we find the solutions, and the more we resolve these issues. Okay? So now, once if we keep this depression that we are talking about, will continue. So, and it's good that as women, at least you share most of the problems. It can help you how you can resolve that issue. Okay, so that's what I had for you on depression. So apart from that one, the thing that is okay, but it becomes bad after it happening to us for a long period of time. That's when it becomes bad, causing them to be worried or to have fear, okay? So it's what we call generalized anxiety disorder. So this just the common type, then that person will start thinking too much about that problem. Then from there, they will develop anxiety symptoms. So anxiety symptoms, okay. So all these are the common symptoms of anxiety. Even nausea, fear of death. Let me also talk about another type of anxiety, which is panic anxiety. So panic anxiety happens to them, of which they'll start thinking about what if that happens. Then from there, they'll start having symptoms. They are aware of that they have anxiety. Then they'll start thinking to say, away from that one, we have what we call post-traumatic stress disorder. So this one is common, is dying, or maybe we experience an accident. So from there, you have we develop trauma symptoms, flashbacks. The same incident that happened will start occurring. You start thinking that it's going to happen. So those are the stress. Okay. So stress is just something that we encounter every day, but it comes back when we come, helps us to do even more, to be more creative, to do better, and also to do a lot of things that can help us. But when we have negative stress, whereby you start chronic. So acute It's just something that maybe you have an event or maybe you have work to do, then within days, then your daily activities as well as things that you do. Okay. The causes of stress can be when you're having issues with the relationship, you can, when you are having financial challenges, this can result, can give you anxiety, can give you stress. So stress is a normal thing. It comes bad when it affects our day-to-day activities. Weakened immunity, resistant fatigue, headache, that is under physical. Okay? Then cognitive, we have poor memory, symptoms and signs of stress. Okay. So, as I said, we have ended. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wamsonda. Okay, so just, I know you are itching with questions before we... So on the mood disorders, we focused on depression. So you mentioned to say depression, this is a mood disorder in which a patient presents with continuous sad and low mood. When we're talking about depression, usually there are two cardinal symptoms of depression. The first one is feeling sad. Describing is what? Sad or symptoms of depression. Then the second cardinal symptom is loss of interest in pleasurable activity. So you find things that anyone else can enjoy, you are no longer enjoying. You lose weight. If you are eating too much, you gain weight. Then there's those feelings of weightlessness, hopelessness. To an extent now you feel to say, I'm better off, anxiety. So according to what Mr. Msonda said, he said anxiety is normal. Okay? So even me, as I'm standing in front of these beautiful ladies, I'm anxious. That's normal. Okay? But it's normal. It's just our body's way of telling us to say there are certain things that we need to change or it's under threat, isn't it? Now, in stress is normal. It's mention of two types of stress. It's mention of stress. But if stress causes you a lot of health problems now, that's distress. That's it. That's stress. Then there's one thing that I think it has to be mentioned, duress. So there's another form of stress, we call it duress. So this is when someone is threatening you, causes stress. Okay. I know nowadays the issue of phones, maybe someone tells you to say, send me nice pictures. You send them pictures, then they start blackmailing you or threatening you. They evoked some emotions in you. I think we can take on a number of questions before we move on.
Let us ask, that 1 in every 8 people has had or is... Ladies and gentlemen, yes, my question is, in fact, I've got two. The first one is, how do you find the right person to talk to?
Yes. Answer one. So I'm going to ask him, where can they find the right people to talk to when they're facing mental health issues?
Okay, when you are being faced with...
Ladies, now ask Ramsonda. Ramsonda, but it's important.
I was saying that, okay, specialists that will help you when you are the hospital, to be specific at the psychiatric department, or you can see any counselor at the hospital.
Maybe the ladies are laughing because of some people within label them. Yes, so I think like for our Ministry and Gender Division, I come from the Department of Social Work.
Okay.
The top free line. Okay? They also know that the hospitals have good psychosocial counselor. Those away from the psychiatric ward. And correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you.
Sensitized. When you talk about psychiatry, most of the people, they think that they just deal with mad people, most of the times, even if people are affected, no one is safe. Okay. So, yes, even calling that toll line, just that we didn't indicate, but you don't have access to do that. You can just come to the hospital. You come to the hospital, then from there they will help you. Because
I said, when it comes to intervention, there are basically two interventions, right? So pharmacological and non-pharmacological interventions. So it's not always that maybe you might need to come to the hospital. Now, there were two.
So the other question was, where can you categorize hallucination? Not all.
Yes. Okay, so that which is the key point. Start seeing things which are not there. Start hearing voices which are not there. So basically it can be on any senses that we have on our body. The five senses, right? Sight, what
Ndechetekera basuka atukupange finish lipo kwate kofi. Nimoni mbono kumfa kwati ulepya but ta ulepya. Fire umfita no kumfita yo ya convinced that niyo. Emkwaira mbeo na ba kude bale famule balule shakumme. Bale umfa jealous. So mwasela koko no file fini. Emkwaima.
We fail to seek support, especially from fellow women, because of how they treat when you talk to someone. Your friend will take the information elsewhere. You talk to a friend, the friend is there, but at the back they are laughing at you without offering the necessary support. What we have done is taken stayed in situations that they cannot leave because the people that are supposed to support them are the ones that are laughing at them. So I hope we can do better with each other as women. Let's be support systems for one another so that when...
Any other question?
People pass through things but I think to start with, as a culture, it kills us. Don't talk about these things. The father devours a child. So she's going to grow up with a mentality of saying, whatever happens to me, they don't make money. Because people should be open enough to find someone to talk to. Okay, but maybe we can just start from there. When this happens, you keep quiet. I'm going to have a daughter, and I'm going to also tell her, keep quiet when this happens. He has said, women are the largest number. We'll go through those things. So I hope that the syllabus is going to change.
Bwana Chimbusa, febale kushabana bakashana bakwetegereka jealousy. Bala mfwafye bachisunga nokutusunga kide batu afufu bakwire okutwafa tefafi.
Thank you. So I also want children. So like somebody rightly put it, culture also contributes. So you talked about the drivers, where you said someone, and we've got this weakness and we always want to shift the blame on ourselves. If only I did not respond to him, maybe I wasn't going to slap. Where a lot of girl children were being abused in the home environment. Most perpetrators were either their fathers or somebody's grandfathers. I remember that court, I was very happy because the judge had to sentence him 40 years. Okay, so now suppose somebody had reported him then, the daughter was going to be okay. I work for social welfare. Who needs more protection? A grown-up adult or a baby? So everything, let's them to be real. Even culture's got good elements and bad elements. 4 of them, they'll be married and stop school. Where are we going as a country? There's free education. We've put a lot of measures in place. So I just thought I should use this opportunity to speak it out. So gender...
That anxiety disorder that Wamsonda mentioned, post-traumatic stress disorder. So post means after, isn't it? Then traumatic, a traumatic event of which gender... at times it's just a way of coping up with the abuse that they're undergoing. Even depression that we've mentioned, it can be as a result of what? Gender-based violence. So just like the cause of mental health, gender-based violence. Thank you so much, madam, for mentioning that.
I could have a question. Is it possible for an individual?
But it can be a sign to say you are having depression. So yes, it's very much possible. Find anything wrong with you. It can be a sign to say your issues are more of mental health issues than the physical or the general medical condition.
Would you shed some light on obsessive compulsive cleaning? There are women who are very clean. Whatever they perceive to be dirty, others, I submit.
Thank you so much. There are a lot of learned people here. She's mentioned a very important condition of a number of anxiety disorder. It's an anxiety disorder whereby now what obsession. Now I show an member who can help me with the word obsession. Like you just want to be clean, keep coming back. Those are obsessions, right? So much that there are women who are obsessed with cleanliness. Okay? So to answer our question, obsessions are normal. It doesn't mean that you're going to open the door or jump. Or in the church, very old, yeah? Then you think of, to say, what if I just stand up and shout something which is unholy? Then you're going to win or tap, it's okay, obsessions are normal. But in like cleaner to an extent, I've seen patients whereby washing hands, to an extent whereby the skin starts to cry.
So nga fyamba inena aleka n'okubomba bwino funfira okukisanyi mulandu nimbona amakapu ebisoba babapwishishi pakafensende
being discussed just because of that. Yeah. So the commonest obsession, quite figure to now all around bed, you just make yourself comfortable and cozy. Then when you shut, if I switched off the stove, those are obsessions, of which they are normal. Which is so niche, those are obsessions.
Okay, natumfa bambi balepera nama comments muno motuli. So it's not only about questions. If we have comments to the topic that are...
Hi ladies, I don't know where the speaker is. So I stand here as a survivor of mental health. What happened was I isolated myself. Challenge because I was bitter with people who I think that I trust, and they go and abuse me like this. The person who abused me wasn't a person from very far. A person who abused me was the young brother to our children, male or female. Because now I'll never the minds. That is truth be told. So we've trusted our fellow human beings and it has never worked out. So we really need to trust God when it comes to God. So I aggressive when I was growing up. I became very aggressive. I would retaliate to anything that is positive over my life. But after that, with the help of counseling and let's spend time with these people. And then in Africa. Let's take time. We push. We need a better generation ahead of us. This time, open up. We need to open up this time. Thank you.
This is the kASAMA 2020. Okay, Bambeo, you can take it up.
Okay. I want to share some self-care tips, like how best we can take care of ourselves. It will be. So there's what we call the blessed care models, like something that can be done in order to make sure that we are mentally healthy or physically fit. So they enjoy doing outdoors events, then we do more of that. Then there's also advancements. So one of the causes of frustrations in life is make sure we advance. Then there's achievement. So achievement, let's celebrate our wins. Okay? There's no point to be working, toiling from morning. People who care for us, who love us, connect with them. Why? We love them back. So in short, we nurture the relationship. Those relationships we feel they are healthy and important to us, let's take care of them. Those that we feel, there are a number of people in the society we can identify to say these are honorable people. Even though we share our problems, they'll be able to help us. So
I'm thinking about a lot of things. I'm sure this conversation will not just end with Mr. Mbewa and with Mr. Msonda. Tukanashe tuludateka fine bana mayo. Pasiteta kwa di baba mwai na tulanda. So podi wa umfwa kakusesha wasela kofida fini. It doesn't matter na ngwadishwa na mtawaji. Kumakasoro mukataifa fi apana umfano kumfo kwati na kwata kona kaweti ndeyi umfo kwati ninji.
Yeah, so we are live here at the 2026 Women's Conference right here in KASAMA, where women are having quite a wonderful time here discussing various issues. And one of the issues that have been discussed so far is the issue of mental health, where a lot of things have been talked about, what it means to have mental health. Yeah. Madam, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. Your name?
I'm Stella Gaviao.
Yes, madam. Is this your first time attending a women's conference?
Discussed about health, mental issues that affects women and a gay child. And I'm sure by the end of the day we're going to learn a lot of things, and everyone's going to come
right here just to join us in this particular women's conference. So stay tuned to Lono TV for more updates about the women's conference, the first ever.
Good afternoon, ladies. You're looking wonderful. I'll be mixing English and Bemba. Therefore, I unique topic. And at times you may think you know these things when you don't. So therefore, I am Anamayo. We participate, bear in mind that we are mixed here. There are those of our friends who are HIV positive, who have families living with HIV, who have lost beloved ones. bali abali ba HIV positive oshana nga balanda we are here to learn finge ko tatwa ishiba. There are people out there who know more than I do. So to allow bombela ke pamo pak to afwane. Thank you so much. Shiva. When I was hearing mental health, wachanda ko point ya change kata. E wachanda trambi ndabali stress. Epo tuachila sangirila na where we needed help. Even in a twalambo kulanda pali HIV. Twalambo kutikina. Finish ko na sangirila pona finish ko. Ela wale pekanisha kopo. Ndefo kwipusha. Aba pimisho hapo ni banga. Tatulenya bana mai. Okay. Ni banga amange. Apa tule tonton kanyanga twali hapo na mtatwa hapo.